I'd say we got UFOs are real. It's like a 8 minute clip and shit from Joe Rogan thing. I thought this shit would be interesting to react to. I find this shit interesting, so
Multiple civilizations that are visiting.
fuck.
Do they speculate that all of these different machines come from one particular group of entities, or is there multiple civilizations that are visiting us?
Yeah, they think maybe it's more than one answer. It's entirely possible because the crap.
What the fuck is that? It looks this shit right here. Well, this shit looks like a fucking skull with like goggles damn near popping.
Craft look
I
different.
don't know
The
what the fuck
beings
that
look
is.
different. The reports you get from all over the world over the decades, we don't really know for sure what they do look like because they seem to be able to change their shapes, at least change how we perceive them in our head. I don't know if they're manipulating our perceptions or what.
I know people are gonna like.
That'd be fucking insane if they like don't physically change the way they are to manipulate us, but they like are able to like mental like pretty much what homie said, like fucking trick you visually, but it's not real. You know what I mean?
Like hear this and be like, "Oh, that's like this crazy leap that
But
there are pilots to these things." All I know for sure is, okay, UFOs are real. We have technology that we don't know where it's from. We have been reverse engineering or trying to do that. I am solid on those three things. I am also solid on the fact that this has been held back from the American public.
bro, imagine we learn interstellar travel. A fucking good thing, bro. I mean, honestly, it would be an absolutely insane thing. The reality of it will be fucking insane.
Public.
But like, I feel like some motherfuckers who don't need to be in space would try to go conquer a damn planet or some shit.
No doubt. Maybe for good reason on some level. But I also know that some of it's been done what we would call illegally. Now, that word is really like nuanced because of national security. Maybe it's not illegal. What makes anybody think that they just want to give up the goodies now and tell everybody what's going on now? The same tactics that's been used for the last 70 plus years on
Ridicule.
secrecy, ridicule, all that right now is on hyperdrive.
Has anyone come to you and described the different kinds of beings and how many they think there are?
I'll give you a cool story. You'll like
Okay.
this. I talked before about the paper trail, how there is a trail of documents that you can look at. There was a chapter in a textbook being used at the U.S. Air Force Academy. And until UFO people found out about it, this is what they were teaching our best and brightest pilots at the Air Force Academy. And the chapter said, in the course of your career as an aviator, you're likely going to encounter one of these things. Here's what we know about them. There are four. We know that there are four different alien races visiting this planet, and they've been here for thousands of years. In the course of your career as an aviator, you're likely going to encounter one of these things. Here's what we know about them. There are four. We know that there are four different alien races visiting this planet, and they've been here for thousands of years. Now, that is blockbuster stuff to be teaching future Joint Chiefs of Staff members and commanders of air bases
When
and
was
things of
this
that.
published?
This is in the 19.
I was about to say, I'm like, excuse me? Says who? Like, you know what I mean? If I see an alien that's getting shot inside. Oh my lord. Well, that's a clue. That's funny as shit.
1960s. So, but
It's
when
good
word
karate.
of that word,
It's crazy.
when a word of that chapter got out, UFO people found out about it. They pulled it, they yanked it out, and took it out of the textbook.
I'll tell you, man, I've been to the Naval
Mm.
Academy, got to sit in on an aerospace class. It was so fucking cool. And these dudes, I can not imagine what it would be like. They all have to wear uniforms and stuff. And, like, what would that be like sitting there reading that chapter in your official textbook? Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that there's four different kinds of beings. Well, how, did they describe the 4 different beings, George?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to
Oh
look
my
that up. I bet you
gosh.
Jamie can find that.
I've
info.
only heard of the grays and the tall whites.
There's the
Jamie, got
reptilians,
something here?
Nordics.
The reptilians.
Major kill.
Bro, whenever someone says something about reptilians, that shit jumps all the way back to like fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 2 days with like Anonymous and like Lizard Squad shit. You know what I mean?
Kilpatrick, the second-ranking officer in public affairs at the Air Academy, in a position to speak authoritatively for the Air Force. He admitted at once that plebs are taught from a
Plebs.
text entitled Introductory Space Science Volume 2, and an entire chapter 33 deals entirely with UFO considerations. He quoted from page 455 that 50,000 virtually reliable people have reported sighting unidentified flying objects. This leads us with the unpleasant possibility of alien visitors to our planet. The 14-page chapter continues, or at least alien-controlled UFOs. According to the Academy textbook, if such beings are visiting Earth, 2 questions arise. 1, why haven't they attempted to contact us officially? And 2, why haven't
Bro, they to me damn near like okay. So here's what I want to think. No, that's just my dog. That's this motherfucker. So to me, thinking about this, right? Why haven't they done shit? One, if they got the technology to get here, considering we have never ever been able to confirm any fucking alien life on any one of the planets other than fucking bacteria. You know what I mean? But like that's not an actual alien like they're talking about, you know what I mean? Um I don't know, it's fuck, I forgot what the hell I was saying.
textbook, if such beings are visiting Earth, 2 questions arise. 1, why haven't they attempted to contact
Okay, why have they not attempted to contact us? Okay. I think if they wanted to kill us, they probably would have fucking done it already. Considering they literally have interstellar travel. That's just me. I mean, they more than likely, I would assume, know our language somehow. Just like if they've been here for thousands of years, who knows what information they've gathered and shit, you know what I mean?
us
It's like who knows what technology they have to gather information. Like they may be able to spy on people's conversations and shit from like fucking up in the damn air, like in the sky, like airplane height or some shit. I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm just talking because you know, Lord knows, but I don't know. I do think that if they wanted, if they thought that we should be eliminated or were a threat, I think they would have done something already. They may just be passive. They may just be you know, coming through on the interstellar tour site. Here's Earth. It has water. Fill up on water if you want some, and then you know continue on somewhere else in space.
officially? And 2, why haven't there been accidents which would have revealed their presence? Why no
They might spy on
contact?
me,
That question is very easy.
but it's still on site. But if I see an alien, if I were to have actual face to face contact with an alien, either I'd probably be scared as hell, you know, or at least shocked, because it's like, what the fuck am I seeing, right? But like everything else, I was trying to be friendly to it. So
If 2 questions arise. 1,
like,
why haven't
I'm not trying to fucking kill you. You don't have to kill me.
the Academy textbook? If
Like,
such
what's good,
beings
homie?
are
How are
visiting
you?
Earth, 2 questions arise. 1, why haven't they attempted to contact us officially? And 2, why haven't there been accidents which would have revealed their presence? Why no contact? That question is very easy to answer in any of several ways. 1, we may be the object of intensive sociological and psychological study. In such
Yeah, they
studies,
could
you
be
usually
studying
avoid
us. They
disturbing
could
the
be
test
studying us.
subject's environment. 2, you do not contact a colony of ants, and humans may seem that way to any aliens. Variation. A zoo
You
of
do
fungi-
not contact the colony of ants is one hell of a way to put that shit, in my opinion. Honey, go get my shotgun.
to visit, but you don't contact the lizards. 3,
Honey?
Such contact may have already
Get my Bryson.
taken place secretly and may have
My
taken
Smith
place
and
on a
Wesson.
different plane of awareness. And we are not yet sensitive to communications on such a plane. What does
My
that
Smith
mean?
and Wesson.
Seem that way to any aliens. Variation. A zoo is a study.
My bad.
In such studies, you usually avoid disturbing the test subject's environment. 2. You do not contact a colony of ants, and humans may seem that way to any aliens. Variation. A zoo is a fun place to visit, but you don't contact the lizards. 3. Such contact may have already taken place secretly and may
I will say this. We are the only species on Earth, though, that can verbally contact. You know, that can verbally have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, yes, parrots can fucking talk a little bit. But you know what I mean? They're not going to have a full ass blown conversation with you like an intellectual human being. You know what I mean? So, I don't think that they would really have a reason other than just like there was no reason. I could see why they would contact us, considering we can verbally talk. You know what I mean? And they probably could too, or can too. So, and the ants and shit can't verbally talk. So,
have taken place on a different plane of awareness, and we are not yet sensitive to communications on such a plane. What does that mean? In releasing this interview with the Lemur
Bro, damn, homie, he's just bald.
the Lemur Advanced, we are well aware that many readers will certainly raise an eyebrow or two, but Major Kilpatrick insisted the above chapter in the text is not a fairy story. At the end, he seemed to go along with the recommendations of the physics textbook, which advises Air Force officers as follows. The best thing to do is keep an open and skeptical mind and not take an extreme position on any side of the question.
Astonishing, isn't that?
Wow.
I have a copy of the original textbook, the chapter. I'll find it for you somewhere.
This is what's fascinating to me. Such contact may have already taken place secretly and may have taken place on a different plane of awareness. Yeah. And we are not yet sensitive to communications on such a
fourth dimension
plane. What does that mean?
It's just an Air Force textbook, dude.
If they're on a whole nother plane, like I think how the science would technically work, from what I understand, is if it's fourth dimension type shit, like it means that if you were in any other dimension, you could not see that the fourth dimension, I think, could see us, but we can't see that. Never mind, I just fucked up. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but that's just some shit I've heard.
Don't worry about it.
On a different plane of awareness. And we are not yet sensitive to communications on such a plane. What is that?
UFO is shit.
It's just an Air Force textbook, dude. Don't worry about it.
Bro, I don't want to fuck with no damn UFO squad pulling up after getting shot down, bro. If they have, like I said, if they have the technology to get here from a whole different damn planet, bro, they could probably erase my being with the blink of an eye.
Communications
like, my livelihood gone, like me dead.
It's just an Air Force textbook, dude. Don't worry about it.
Wow, 50,000 credible sightings they're citing. And this is in 1966,
I think, is when that chapter was out.
66? 1966? Are you fucking kidding me? That's insane.
Maybe they just let that guy slip in a chapter. I mean, that's crazy.
You know, and then the skeptic would say, why aren't we seeing them more?
Yeah,
because they don't want to be seen.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we are we know there's 8 billion people, right? And so is it every day someone sees something?
In your world, you're like, why aren't we?
I would say more than likely there is a UFO sighting every single day in the world, but it's probably like, you know, in places where it just wouldn't get, you know, the information just wouldn't be able to get to like the US or some shit, or like the internet in general.
Seeing them all the time. In my world,
a human alien hybrid.
Every day I'm inundated with reports from credible people that were, have been served in the military, that don't want to be known. They just want to be heard. They don't even want me to repeat. So in my perspective, and I'm sure George's too, there's so much of this like contact with these unknowns on a Have you ever asked a table of 10, has anybody ever seen a UFO or know somebody that does? Have you ever done that?
No, I've had
That'd be interesting as fuck.
conversations with friends though, and I've talked to guys who've seen some things that they couldn't explain.
Smart people you trust?
Yes, yeah, not nuts. I mean nuts,
Not
sure,
nuts.
but I mean nuts have told me that for sure. But
Yeah.
I had one guy who was like showing me all these photos of clouds.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
I
like,
get it every day.
and
Every
I'm
Every
like,
day.
what is it? And he's like, I see them every day, and he's showing me more photos. I go, what is it? And he goes, alien spaceships.
Yeah.
Can't you see it?
And I'm like, bro, those are clouds. I don't know what to say here. Like, it was really disturbing.
You didn't zoom in, Joe.
Well, it's like I didn't know this guy was nuts. I thought this guy was pretty okay. And then he's showing me all these pictures of clouds, and I'm like, what the fuck?
So there's categories
Oh my lord. That's a crazy comparison.
of trust when you're talking with people. So you got
Yeah.
the guy with his cell phone making you look at clouds and you're just not zooming in enough. But then there's also different levels. So you'll have somebody come and say, I was working at a military installation and there were cameras everywhere and we captured this thing come through our facility, which is a totally restricted facility. We couldn't lock on it with our weaponry, so if you have like an aerostat or something and it's got this like thermal camera and you can lock on and shoot out a tire of an Al-Qaeda truck at 23 miles, they couldn't.
Shout out